Hi everyone, I'm Miss Liz and welcome to Art Club. This is March and this is the perfect time to make a leprechaun trap. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner and I think we're gonna try to catch some leprechauns the night before. So this is my leprechaun trap. I've decorated it with all the different things that you will find inside your art club bags. I've made this really neat tunnel so the leprechauns can travel up there. I have a trap door inside the top right here so the leprechaun can come up this way or it can come up the stairs and fall right down into my trap. This project is probably gonna be a good family project. So when you go to cut your trap door, you need to ask your grown-up for some help with that. Or if you're super creative and you're making something that maybe Elmer's glue or a glue stick will not hold, you will want to ask your grown-up if you have a glue gun laying around and they can help you with that as well. So let's get started. Go through all the pieces that are inside your bag. Use your imagination. Try to think about what you can use to attract these leprechauns to come into your trap. Leprechauns do like gold. They like colorful things. They like glitter. So there's all kinds of things in your bags that you can use to create your own leprechaun trap. All right, let's get started. So I'm sure by now you have opened up your paper bag and you've found all these really neat things inside. Now let's figure out what we want to do with them. Grab your box that you've saved, whether it's a cereal box, a tissue box, any kind of box. I have a cereal box and I have decided that I'm going to take my paper bag, cut that open and make it into a big flat sheet, and then I'm going to tape it on my box to cover it up. So I just added a little piece of tape here, and just to save time, I'm going to wrap it all the way around and tape it on because we just need to save a little bit of time. But you can trim yours and cut it if you want. It's just like wrapping up a present. So get a good amount of tape on there, and then you're going to take your edges here and you're going to fold them in and add a piece of tape there as well. And once you get that done, we can decide what kind of trap door do you want. I think I'm going to have a trap door that falls in when the leprechaun stands on top of this thing. So you're going to have to ask a grown-up to just help you with this little part, because if you want to have a trap door like I'm making, you're going to have to use a knife to get it started. So make sure you ask your grown-up. Do not do this on your own. And this is how I'm going to do it. Let's see. Whoop. I'm going to take the knife and just poke it in there like that. I'm going to do just 3 sides. Let's see. I think a leprechaun might fit about that in there. And then this is going to flap like this. See? Now, you can also take your toilet paper tube and you could have an opening in the side of your box. You could put a tube in there, and that's how your leprechaun could enter in. Okay? There's so many different ways that you can trap this leprechaun. So I'm going to be so excited to see all of your creations and how you want to make yours look. Let's talk about toilet paper tubes. So those can be a slide. They could be a tunnel. They could be a smokestack. There's so many different things that you could do with the toilet paper tube that I put into your bag. I'm having trouble with my tape here. It's not sticking real well. All right. So my toilet paper tube, it's a little bit longer than yours. I ran out of them and I decorated it with some of the supplies, and I put a cute little sign on here that says, "Get ye gold here." So we're trying to attract those leprechauns. We want them to come and get inside of our trap so we can get them. So leprechauns like shiny things, glittery things, colorful things. So that's why I put these on here. And then there's also these really cute shamrocks that I just put on there with markers. So let's also talk about pipe cleaners. I think that my leprechaun is probably going to need some kind of ladder or some way to get on top so he can fall inside. So I'm gonna take 2 of these, and I think I'm gonna try to find a way to make a ladder. Let's see. I'm gonna put this in 2, and I'm gonna cut it into 2 halves. And then I'm gonna take the longer one, and when you have these pipe cleaners, you can twist to make them stick together like that. So I'm going to try to make a ladder and twist it on there like that, and then I will trim off this little extra piece. You are cutting through wire, but any normal kid scissors should go through there just fine. So I'm gonna put a couple different steps on there because I don't know how big this leprechaun is gonna be, and he might not be able to step up too high. And I'll twist this around again, like that. Trim it off. You can also use any supplies that you want from your own home. If you have something laying around that you would like to add, please do that. All right. And so there we go, 3 steps. Now I'm gonna measure it up with my leprechaun trap. So this looks like it's gonna fit pretty good. All right, let's see, what else? If those of you who are in Lego Club or who just have a bunch of Legos at home, you can make stairs to get up on your trap out of Legos. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off, but I'm gonna try. But you can also make a cute little sign that says "Do not climb." Because did you know, usually when you tell leprechauns not to do something, they're gonna do it anyway. So this is a good way to trick those leprechauns into climbing up on top of your trap. All right, so now let's move on to more decorations for our trap. And how about rainbows? I think rainbows are a great addition to the traps. It's colorful, and like I said earlier, leprechauns really like colorful and glittery things. There's just a couple different ways that you can make a rainbow. So this is a paper plate. You can grab some cotton balls from your house and glue them on there, and I just used marker and I colored the different colors on there: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Your plate is smaller than my plate, so hopefully that will fit on everybody's leprechaun trap. And what I recommend doing is cutting your plate in half like this and using half of it for your rainbow. You can use this other half for something else. You could use it for a slide. You can use it to put on top of the trap door. There's just many different things that you can do with all the pieces that I gave you. And this is another cute little rainbow. So I'm gonna show you how to make this. So you've gotten some colored pieces of paper, and I believe I put in here red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple. So put your papers all together in a little stack, and then we're gonna cut a thin strip along the edge like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be as thin or as thick as you like this. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some of them shorter. So we want our longest piece of paper to be the color on the top, which I have red, okay? Then we're just gonna trim some of these pieces so they're a little bit shorter. I'm gonna trim a little bit. Then we want the yellow to be shorter than the orange. So we're gonna cut that. And then we have green, and we want the green to be shorter than the yellow. And the same with, whoops, I got the blue and purple mixed up. We'll do blue is shorter than the green, and purple is shorter than the blue. So then it's gonna look like this, like little steps, all right? So if you have a stapler at home and you have permission to use that, then you could take the stapler and staple the end where they all line up, where they're all the same. Staple that end, okay? And then you're going to take the rest of it, and we're gonna put these pieces, we're gonna match them up like this. So we're lining them up, and see, it's getting a little bulky here. We're lining them up. And then you're gonna give a little staple right there as well. So then when you open it up, it's gonna have this look. And that's where I got this. And I just think that is gonna look super cute on your trap. All right, why don't we start gluing a few of the things that we've created onto our trap, and then we can decorate some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue my rainbow on, except my glue is clogged. So I'm going to use a paintbrush to get my glue on here. Now some of the things that we glue on are gonna have a hard time sticking. So you can use Elmer's glue, you can use a glue stick, and if you're really having a hard time, ask your grown-up if you have a glue gun sitting around, and you can try that. So I'm gonna hold this on. A good rule of thumb when you're using Elmer's glue is to hold it on there for a little while, maybe count to 30 or even count to 100, and hope that that sticks on there nicely. So that looks like it's gonna work. All right, and then this nice thing, I think I'm going to try to use this as a tunnel for the leprechaun to climb up to go to this trap door. But maybe I'm going to be a little sneaky, and I'm gonna put it on the back. So they'll come up this tunnel, go through the rainbow, and then I'll decorate some more here, and then they will just fall right down into this trap door. So for that, I'm going to tape it on. I think tape is gonna be our best bet. So I put a little tape inside the center here, and then I'm just going to tape it to the rainbow like that. And as you can see, my sign there says "Get Ye Gold" here. And you can make some pretty cool signs for your leprechaun trap as well. I'm also gonna put a ladder on there just in case the leprechaun misses this wonderful tunnel and needs to come up the side. So I'm gonna add that right there. Let's see, I think I'll do it this way. And I'm gonna put a little crease at the top, like this, so it can stay on there, and I'm going to tape that down as well. You can use glue, but like I said, you're gonna have to hold it down there and count to maybe about 100. All right, we all know that leprechauns get pretty darn excited for gold. So you've gotten some gold coins in your bag. So I'm going to just glue mine down, I think like that. And that way, if he comes up the stairs, he'll see them and want to kind of walk this way, or if he comes up through the tunnel that way. This is a very messy way for me to glue these on here. There. Now another thing that we can do is decorate with our pom-pom balls and our little gems that we have. And you've gotten some of these little clear see-through pieces. So I think I'm just going to kind of glue them on and make a nice pile of treasure for the leprechauns, just like that. And then I'm also going to glue on some of these beads and these gold stars. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and you can glue on some of your things and we'll check back in a minute. All right, how's yours looking? I put my beads on, just a little swirl on each side, and then like that. I have got quite a bit of glue on there, but that's gonna dry clear. Then I glued on the rest of these gems. I've decided, since I'm trying to trick my leprechaun into going into this trap door, that I'm actually going to leave this piece of newspaper on there, but I'm going to cut off the cardboard flap with my scissors, so there's a better chance that the leprechaun's actually going to fall inside. So like that. All right, so you could do that if you like as well. And then I thought maybe I would trick him and take my gold stars and just kind of tuck it in there like that, so it looks like a little arch. Now, I'm going to next glue on some of my pom-pom balls, and I'm also going to take some beads, oops, here's some here, and I'm going to thread them onto a pipe cleaner. I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do with those yet, but if you would like to follow along and thread some on yours, and we'll check back in a minute. All right, here are my pom-pom balls. These are probably another one that you're gonna have to hold down and count to 30 or so, because they like to just pop back up. All right, and I have put some beads right here on this pipe cleaner. I'm going to try to spread them out just a little bit. And I think I'm going to try to make the shape of a shamrock. So let's see. Got a circle here, and we can fix it up once we get the most of the shape together. And then another circle over here. So we've got 2 so far. And then a circle this way. So now I'm going to twist these 2 ends together so they look like the stem. And just stick my finger in there to make these look rounded like a shamrock. Oh wow, turned out pretty good. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm going to glue it onto the front of the leprechaun trap right here, because I think we need some decorations there. And then I'm also gonna take this other rainbow that I made, because you can never have too many rainbows, and I'm gonna glue it on this side. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. So go ahead, go crazy. Start creating anything that you can with your supplies. I just think you're gonna have so much fun being creative. There's many different things in there. There's some foam pieces, there's some jewels, there's ribbon and string. Oh, and one thing that I wanna show you, you might not really know what it is. It's green and it looks like maybe a rope, but it opens up like this. And you just carefully unwind it. And that doesn't it kind of look like grass maybe? I'm wondering if I should add something above my trap door. Maybe you could do something like that with yours. And you also, a lot of you have this scrapbooking paper, so you can make things with that. So I'm going to show you what I have for now, and then I would love it. There's my ladder, and here is my shamrock that I just made. And let me turn it around. My other fun rainbow. And as it's sitting down on the ground, it's got this great tunnel with the sign that says "Get Ye Gold Here," and the leprechaun's gonna drive or go right up there, run up there, and fall down into my trap. So have a good time, make your traps, catch those leprechauns. I absolutely want to see what your traps look like. I want to hear your stories about your leprechauns and if you caught any, what they did. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later.